Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video, and today we are gonna actually be talking about stuff that could be added to Brookhaven. Yes, we're not gonna be talking about anything to do with the Wicked update, no power plant, no anything. This video is just gonna discuss what can come to Brookhaven. But before starting, make sure leaving a like, subscribing to the channel, and definitely subscribe because I am literally 6 away from 1,000 subscribers, and at 1,000 I am doing a face reveal. So literally just 6 more away, guys. Let's do it. Let's hit that milestone. But anyways, guys, we'll get started with the video now. So as you can see, I'm driving the new, well, it's kind of like a bike of some sort. It's the new bike, which is pretty cool. You can change it through all sorts of features. I am gonna be the news person though. But yes, guys, let's get rid of that because we're gonna be checking out some stuff that could be coming. So obviously, let's start with cars. So the cars, we have a large variety of cars in Brookhaven. We have premium and VIP. We have bikes, cars, trucks, Halloween theme-ish, and boats. We got all that in Brookhaven. But let's actually talk about, like, bikes first. So here are the VIP and premium related stuff, which, if you actually take a look at one of these cars, you'll just see that they're in a decent design. Like this one, for example. This one is kind of like a bike. What's cool about this one is that you can actually do a wheelie with this one. Yeah, you can actually do a wheelie with this one. So I didn't know you could really do that with bikes like these. But yeah, you can actually do a wheelie with this, which is pretty cool. And what's also cool about this is that it has that flag on the back, which is also pretty cool. Another one we have is this car right here, which I think it's an SUV. I could be wrong, but I think it's an SUV. And what's also cool about this one is that it's got a nice interior. I don't know if the color changes for the seats. No, it just changes the outside. Oh my gosh, I do not like that lime color. There. Go for something yellowish. So yeah, we have this car right here, which is also pretty cool. This is probably one of the most expensive cars in Brookhaven. Well, it's not expensive in Brookhaven, but if for, like, in real life, it's probably really expensive. Because that is so expensive. So they could be adding more SUVs. Like I said, I don't know if they're actual SUVs. But they could also add some in the future. But now we're going to talk about buildings. So building-wise, like the buildings we have in Brookhaven, like the school, they could add something more. They could also update the soccer field right there for them. And over here, they could, like, take this whole space right here where that billboard is at and add, like, maybe a go-kart track for, like, the go-karts and give the go-karts an actual purpose like this. So this would be cool if they were able to, you could, we do have the racing theme, but to have I'll even show it right now. I think should be here, right here. So yeah, I can load the street racing in, and technically you do have, like, a racing or something for the go-karts. You have all different paths. But what I mean is that they could add, like, maybe a dedicated track. So they could add, like, a dedicated track for the cars. And why am I going so slow? So they could add, like, a dedicated track where you kind of just go, kind of like those Trackmaster sets where you'd see at, like, Meyer, stuff like that. They'd have, like, track sets where you could just buy them and actually, like drive around here. So yeah, it could be something like that, not including the billboard right there, but they could give this a purpose right here to have, like, an actual track dedicated for the go-karts only, and maybe some other cars, like maybe faster cars, like this blue I forgot what the name of it was, but yeah, you get the point. They could do something like this and then completely added, like, a track for it, but they could add a track that, like, goes around this mountain, right? So just imagine they have, like, a track here. They turn this brown path into an actual track, so you can, like, drive around the entire mountain like I am, and they completely have it go around like this, so you could. And it would be cool if, like, all cars were able to have, like, a dedicated track, and I'm actually gonna turn turbo on because I am going way too slow. Or they can, like, let's actually brake and actually turn around here, which they could actually, this car is very good at handling, so they could actually make a track that goes like all around Brookhaven. So like you could actually turn this mountain into a purpose and actually have the cars like go around this track like I am doing right now while I'm not on the track. But yeah, they could like give this an actual purpose to like this. So as you can see, I'm following the green arrow right now. So that would be cool if they actually added like dedicated tracks to do this as well, which would be amazing. And yeah, they would definitely give these giant hills up here a dedicated purpose, which would be pretty cool. But now we're going to be talking about something more building wise, like I just said before. So like building wise, for like houses, what they could do for houses is that they could actually like add like a, like they could turn this hill into like a plot. So is there a theme that kind of turns into a plot? I would not think so. But they could add something style, like they could add an estate or something up here that you could like put up here. And for like the houses, they would have houses lined up or plots lined up around. So we'd have more than 36 plots. I think the max is 36 plots in this game. But yeah, that could be cool too. So they could add something like that, and they could add something like this. So they would have like actual plots here for the entire thing. And it would actually give them a purpose too. So like they could actually do this as well. So like there would be a plot here, and so on and so forth all throughout there as well. But let's talk more about the cars now. So for cars, if like they could actually give this gas station a purpose. So like you could like you can fill up with gas, right? That's the purpose of it. But if you were actually able to like if you could like run out of gas, it would actually serve a massive purpose, and you would actually be forced to use it, kind of like Bloxburg, how they force you to do basically everything in that game. If your car was able to run low, like your speed would slow down so much. So let's say if you were like 5% gas, you would be forced to slow down this much, and then you would have to get to the gas station as quick as possible before you ran out. But obviously, like most modern cars in the real world now, you would actually like have enough time, because smart cars and cars like that, they warn you with enough time to like get to a near gas station before you actually fully run out of gas. So if you were able to like run out of gas in this game, it would serve like a big purpose, and then literally you fill up with gas just like that, and it would actually show the percentage of your car rather than just a bar increasing. So yeah, that could work really well too. And as soon as it's full, like 100%, you can go that fast again. So you can actually go quick as you want now. And for car wash too, if you actually went in like a mud puddle, so let's say it rained and there was a bunch of mud, they could actually do that too. Like it would give the weather a purpose too. So like if your car was able to get dirty, you would have to be, you could either be forced or you could go into the car wash to actually do it. So it would give the car wash a purpose too. And no, I'm stuck. So yeah, I think that would be a pretty cool feature for the cars if they actually pay attention, TBN. But yeah, that would also give them like a good dedication to the cars if they really wanted to add that. It would give the cars a good useful purpose, and the gas station a useful purpose too, which would be pretty cool. Only thing is, I don't really like the place that the gas station is at right here. But, like, if they could do that too, it would also give that tanker truck a purpose too. So, like, where's that tanker truck? So, we have to load in this truck, right? So, we load in this truck, we have to go to the back, open this door, and then turn it into, like, a tanker truck. Come on, turn into a tanker truck. There we go. So you turn that into a tanker truck, and then you're actually forced to physically come up to the thing. So like if you're full with tank, you can actually come here, and then you can actually fill them with actual gas, and then it could like run out eventually. So you can like fill the gas station with this too, which is be pretty cool, and it would actually show the percentage of how much it's actually filling too, which I don't have it angled right. But yeah, you definitely see that too, so like you could definitely have that like that, which would be pretty cool. And yeah, it would be a really good purpose for both the semi truck and the cars as well. But I'm gonna take this semi truck actually and take it into Brookhaven. So right here, Auto Mall could get a new purpose too. So like, if you had like dedicated money in this game, you could use it to like buy a car. Like I know Brookhaven doesn't have a real currency, but like you could use it to like buy something right here. So like I am saying, if you really wanted a display car that looked like this, or a Tesla or a Cybertruck, you could actually sit here and then it would give you like an option if you wanted to purchase it for like money or something. And that would be cool because you give the money and this money an actual purpose. So if you were able to like rob people's safes, you could actually get this money and use it as your own currency for cars or other cool purchases. Like I said, you probably won't like my ideas, but it gives a good example of what they could add. And then if you actually purchase the car, they would already maybe like have it on the lift or something for you to get off. I don't know if this is really a lift. But yeah, you would actually be able to do this as well. And yeah, money would be given a purpose in this game. We do have it in the game, but it doesn't serve an actual purpose. It's kind of just like a roleplay option, which would be pretty cool. And the reason why I have to go behind that mountain for the mall and gas station is because at this current point in time, they have the Wicked for Good update event here, so I actually can't go through here as of right now. Oh my gosh, that is a lot of colorful arrows. Now, talking about plane-wise, planes could definitely get a useful purpose. Like, if there was, like, a crime scene to report, like, they could actually be given, you would actually be forced to, like, fly, like, well, I need the key card first. But if you were actually able, if the planes were actually given a useful purpose and you could actually fly them, well, let's go over here first. You do have the, where is it? You have the plane here that, like, takes you in the air, right? But it's, in reality, in this game, it's actually just outside. It's, like, under the floor, which, no, I don't want to be a pilot. But, like, if you were actually able to, like, drive passengers on a plane, that would also be pretty cool. So, like, every single person in the server can, like, get on this plane, or, like, how many want to get on this plane. And you can actually just get on it, and you can do whatever you want. We do have the snack tray for snacks. It is still good for, like, roleplay options, like flying or vacation options. But it would be cool if they were actually given a dedicated purpose, which would be pretty cool. I don't really do role plays in this game, kind of just showcase what's in the game. But now we can go down here and actually open the door. So let's open that door first. And oh my gosh, it's already nighttime. I didn't even realize that. And let's actually spawn in the military helicopter. Yeah, I'm actually gonna do the military helicopter, which the military helicopter could get a purpose too. So if you were doing like war role players, the turrets and helicopter could be giving a good purchase like this. So you can actually give it like a good purchase to like maybe fly it, and if there's an actual military invasion going on or something going on, you could use this for like actual military personnel, and it would actually work out so well. I mean, it already works out so well with military roleplays, but having like a dedicated option for the military would also be pretty cool. And what's also cool about this is that you can also parachute out of it. So if like the plane was crashing, you could actually use the parachute and parachute out of it, which is pretty cool. And then you go all the way down the ground, and yes, it does actually hover, which is pretty cool, but it does disappear after a few seconds. So, like, if nobody's driving it, it will definitely disappear, which is pretty cool, Now, let's talk more about tools. So, like, if you were actually able, like, if the guns were given a like, an actual purpose in this game, like, you could actually equip a gun, and it would actually kill the player. Now, I know what you're thinking. It might be a bad thing, because, like I said, not really anybody wants to, but it does add actual bullets, which is pretty cool to the ground. But what's unrealistic about it is that the bullets appear on the ground wherever you click. Yeah, which, yeah, doesn't really look too great. But yeah, as you can see, I'm making like bullet shots, and if they like give it a purpose to like actually make a hole in like a building, that would actually be pretty cool. And if you were breaking a window too, that would be pretty cool as well. Maybe for like this, you could actually spawn it too. And here we have a train, the Wicked train. So like if the Wicked RP was actually given a good update, like this is probably just a sponsor for the Wicked movie that's gonna come out on November 21st. Yeah, there's an actual movie coming out on the 21st. But this, surprisingly, this massive train actually has good handling. So like if you were given like a track, like an actual roleplay track, you could actually like use this train and like drive it around. So like if you were using another theme, you could like be given like the option for train tracks, and they would actually have a train set for you, kind of like what I talked about in the beginning of the video. They actually had a train set that would actually go around Brookhaven, and this train would actually be able to like drive people around. Like I said, this train definitely has the best handling ever. Like it's hard to drift. Well, you can drift, but if you're like not purposely trying to do it, it definitely does have good handling, which is honestly pretty cool. Now, the last thing I'm going to talk about for this video, because it's getting pretty long, is that horses. Yes, horses could be given an actual purpose in this game. So, like, we have the stables, right? But if the stables, like, if you were actually able to feed them, take them bathroom, that would also be pretty cool. And the horses, they could actually have an actual function in the game, which would be pretty cool. These are some cool ideas that they definitely could add to increase player count in the game. I know Brookhaven's player count is a lot, but it could encourage more players to play if they were to like add more stuff like this. But anyways, guys, I hope you like my suggestions for this game. If you didn't, that's okay. But please subscribe, because we are so close to 1,000 subscribers, just 6 more away. And anyways, after that, like I said in the beginning, I'm doing a face reveal then, so please subscribe. But anyways, peace, y'all, and see you next time. Peace.